Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Air Canada Centre for everyone watching coast to coast on TSN and around the world on torontofc.ca. It's a special day here as Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment hosts a Global Partnerships Summit. My name is Luke Wildman. I host MLS games on TSN. And on the stage with me today, General Manager of Toronto FC, Tim Bezbatchenko. Representing Major League Soccer, it is Todd Durbin, who is MLS Executive Vice President of Player Relations and Competition. Someone who needs very little introduction, a star of Major League Soccer this year, Toronto FC's Sebastian Giovinco, and his interpreter is with us on the stage as well, Antonello Inverso. You know, it's been quite a year for Toronto FC and for Major League Soccer north of the border. All three Canadian teams made it into the playoffs this year in MLS for the first time. And having watched games of Toronto FC throughout this season with Sebastian Giovinco playing, sometimes sitting in the broadcast booth, you just hold your breath and think, did he really do that? Or when you think he's done as much as he possibly can, he produces another piece of magic which makes you wonder again if he's actually human at some times. It's been one of those years for Sebastian Giovinco. Record-setting, never before in Major League Soccer has someone led the league in goals and assists. He's already won MLS Newcomer of the Year. He's won the Golden Boot as the player who scored most goals in the regular season. Just last weekend, he was named to MLS Best 11. And as the worst-kept secret, in just a few moments' time, he may be adding to his collection of trophies as well. But one of the things that has really impressed me about Sebastian this season has been that he has done everything with a smile. And the character that he has brought both on and off the pitch has been a real asset to Toronto FC and to Major League Soccer as a whole. So we're here today to celebrate a pretty special achievement. And first up, I'd like to welcome Tim Bezbatchenko, Toronto FC's general manager, to take the stage.
Thank you, Luke. So when we started this project about 2 years ago, part of the goal was to become internationally recognized as a consistent contender for championships. But to be internationally recognized, it helps to have international superstars. So last offseason, we set out to find this player. Seba was identified as the target, and bringing him to Toronto became our top priority. But it became abundantly clear early on that not only was he a top-class player, but a person with top-class character who was ready to take on this challenge. Sebastian chose Toronto as his new home and Toronto FC as his new club. In doing so, he showed both great character, vision, and the spirit of a trailblazer. His statistics and accomplishments, one of which is why we're here today, speak for themselves. He has set a number of league and club records, and it's hard to ignore that any player has had the impact that Seba has had both at the club and league level in such a short period of time. But he is even more impressive off the field in how he has embraced the fans and the soccer community with his energy and his smile. We are thrilled he chose TFC as his club. We congratulate him on all his accomplishments and look forward to next season as we strive to build a championship caliber club. Thank you.
MLS will tomorrow announce its Goal of the Year winner, and Sebastian is up for that Goal of the Year, along with one other player as well in the final two goals that are going off against each other for that award. And that goal goes to show some of Sebastian's character and his love for this team and this city. Because on the morning of that game at the end of the season, when he scored the goal that's up for Goal of the Year against New York Red Bulls to clinch a playoff place for this team, he was in Rome, in Italy, having been representing the national team. He took the flight across to Toronto. I think Greg Vanney, the head coach, actually said to him, maybe you should sit this one out and just make sure you're ready for the weekend. Absolutely no chance. He wanted to play. He came off and he scored what, fingers crossed, will be Major League Soccer's goal of the season. I'd like to introduce to you now Todd Durbin, who is MLS Executive Vice President, Player Relations and Competition.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here today, and thanks to all of you for being here as well to help honor a great, great player. Well, we have honored the most valuable player for 19 seasons. This is the first time we are announcing the renamed Landon Donovan MVP. Named after one of Major League Soccer's all-time greatest players, someone whose commitment to growing the game in North America and whose passion for Major League Soccer has been unrivaled. Knowing Landon since he was 15 years old, I am sure he is pleased to have a dynamic and attacking player and someone who shares his vision and passion for growing soccer in North America win this award this year. It has been a historic season for all of us in Major League Soccer as we set many attendance records, including our highest ever average attendance and the most sellouts ever. I'd like to thank all of our fans throughout our 20 clubs for their support. On the field, many of our players also set records, including the gentleman we are honoring today, Sebastian Giovinco. His performance throughout 2015 was certainly one for the ages. First, he won the Audi Golden Boot Award with 22 goals. His 16 assists also led Major League Soccer, and his combined goals and assists of 38 set a new single-season MLS record. He was involved in 2 or more goals in 12 games, meaning he had either a goal or an assist. That was the most of any player in MLS league history. And most importantly, he led Toronto FC to their first ever playoff appearance. Earlier this year, in the prime of his career, Sebastian decided to make Major League Soccer his league of choice and Toronto FC his priority when he worked early to secure his release from Juventus. And we are thrilled that he made that decision. None of us will ever forget Sebastian's commitment in October. After playing part in both of Italy's goals in their 2-1 victory over Norway, he hopped on a plane, flew all night, suited up, and scored an extraordinary goal, one that is a finalist for the Goal of the Year, which will be announced tomorrow. Sebastian's performance with Toronto in 2015 also made global headlines, and earlier this week he was recognized by 442, one of the prominent soccer publications in the world, as one of the top 100 footballers in the world. But enough of me talking about Sebastian. Let's take a look at the video and watch him in action.
Ahead of him. An air of expectation. Giovinco. Still Giovinco. Oh, Giovinco. Oh, my word. That is absolutely exceptional.
Moore finds Giovinco. Franklin marking. Still Giovinco. Still Giovinco. Oh, it's in the net.
This is absolutely brilliant.
Collective, but Giovinco has one back.
He's in the mood, doesn't he? So does this man. Oh yes, that's wonderful play from Giovinco. Are you serious?
Whatever.
Against Tally Hall, Giovinco! Back for Sebastian Giovinco here. This time chipped in, back post. Toronto FC at level. Is Giovinco. Lovely ball through towards Altidore. Altidore!
Giovinco